Hey Pisces, welcome back to Owlchemist Tarot, serving tarot straight up. So this is your July monthly reading, and we are now out of the retrograde, thank goodness. So I'm going to be pulling a card for money, career, love, and then overall kind of communications, things that you need to watch out for, and then a card for each week for this month. So I'm actually filming this on July 1st, sorry. This has been kind of a challenge. Uploading videos takes the longest, not filming them. So trying to get the last couple out the door. So thank you for your patience. Okay, let's see. What's going on for Pisces? One more good shuffle. Okay. Pisces, Pisces. You're right, Pisces. Pisces, you know, the last couple months have been pretty heavy energy. You know, we've had the eclipses that are pushing things out. You know, we have had the Mercury retrograde, which this one was definitely challenging. So I feel like there could be some disruptive energy that it's still lingering this month. It's almost like kind of like this tower type of energy, but it's not directly happening to you, but more around you and to other people. So Pisces, you know, you are so comfortable in the subconscious and the emotions and kind of the areas of gray that I think a lot of times people come to you because you have this really understanding, nurturing type of energy, and you feel energy. A lot of you are highly intuitive, you know, very tapped in, empathic. So, you know, overall communication and some things that you might want to keep in the forefront is that if other people are going through kind of a challenging moment, and like I say, I always say it's a moment, it's not their entire life, it's just a time in their life. This is not for you to take on, okay? A lot of, when you want to take someone's burden off their shoulders, and I'm saying this because we got the 10 of Wands, it's very much that you might just be disrupting their karmic lessons, okay? And you're really making them start over and they're not able to kind of go through those things organically. 10 of Wands is an ending. So for a lot of you, I know it's hard to see someone kind of in a hard situation. Doesn't mean that you can't give your support and even some advice and recommendation, but what I would say and advise is not to take on other people's stuff. Energy, emotions, problems, scenarios, it's not for you to take on and deal with. The 10 of Wands is about unloading your weight, and sometimes it's based on other people's burdens that they've put on you, okay? So communication-wise, I think, you know, this is just being very upfront and honest and saying, look, hey, I know that this is a, you know, something that you're going through and it's tough, but it's definitely, you know, something that you need to work through. I'm happy to give my insights, but, you know, I want you to know that you can do this. You're strong enough to do this. So I think you really need to lay that out there and not take on anything, because if you leave it to assumption, then this other person might, you know, assume that you're just going to help them through this and handhold them through a situation or a hard conversation or a relationship or healing work that really ultimately needs to be on them, okay? So overall this month for money, we got the Moon card. The Moon card is, you know, Pisces, you've shown up in your reading already. So it's all about things that have been hidden, things that, you know, so for some of you, this can mean that there's some unexpected, you know, funds or income that you thought, you know, were dead in the water, that you know, really haven't thought about, you know, maybe at one point it was a loss, or now it's starting to pop up and bubble up to the surface, and that you might get a little bit of a chunk of money that you weren't expecting. It's kind of out of nowhere. It's, and or on the opposite of that, you know, the money doesn't look bad this month, but what I would tell you is that if you really want to have a better understanding of what's going on in your financial situation, then this is the time to actually get very much involved. Okay, this is not to leave it up to your accountant or your financial advisor, or, you know, it's up to you to become more financially literate and not just let things kind of happen and you not have a pulse on what's going on. You know, the moon card is that things are starting to come to light and are a little bit more illuminated. There could be some scenarios in your financial part of your life that need a little bit more focus and more light shown on them. I feel like for a lot of you, you intuitively know things are okay and you're probably spot on, but I would say that you need to take a little bit more of an active role in your money. Career, you got 7 of Cups. You know, 7 of Cups, anytime this card comes out, you certainly could be offered multiple opportunities. Maybe for some of you, you're getting offered a couple jobs, you know, or you're being considered. You know, you've put in quite a few applications. You're getting in quite a few calls back, setting up the first round of interviews. What I would say when it comes to the 7 of Cups, this is the time to start qualifying and figuring out and aligning to the opportunities that are going to be best suited for you, not only in your present, but in your future. Because sometimes the opportunities in our career that catch our attention, that kind of are, you know, the bright and shiny new thing, or even like a brand new promotion, might mean that that's very short-lived because ultimately you may not be happy with it. What glitters isn't always gold. So do your due diligence this month around career, because the opportunities that you might, you know, that come to you, whether that's more clients, whether that's bigger projects, whether that's, you know, kind of this more prestigious type of opportunity, it can have strings attached and you may not like what's at the end of those strings. So career, I would just say, really focus on and ask yourself what you want and what's going to make you happy. Because again, as we evolve and as we grow, what you want maybe in the recent past is not what you want now because you've changed. So keep that in mind, all right? Not everything that glitters is gold. And someone could be, and also the other thing too is that this is not the time to settle for your first offer. You need to kind of look at and where you can negotiate and get the best deal for you. So love, we got the Justice card, you know, heavily Libra ruled. The Justice card is very much about balancing the scales, you know, equality, you know, making sure that you feel heard and seen in the relationship. So if you are in a current partnership, and even if this is not romantic and this is more about your platonic relationships, friends, family, coworkers, you're probably taking a little bit of a look this month and seeing, are the relationships that I have in my life, are they adding balance? Do they add value? Do I feel like you know, is this relationship beneficial for the both of us? For some of you in a partnership, for your significant other, you could be both of you could be, maybe, I don't know why I need to say this. One of you is finally changing their last name, and you're having to go to court and get some legal documents done. This is usually some type of legal action. It can mean that maybe you guys are, you know, buying something big and you need somebody to look at a contract, or you are maybe, you know, something that involves contracts or lawyers or, you know, something like that. Court paperwork, maybe 2 families are coming together and there's now more balance. If you are single, I really feel you're going to be looking at the pros and cons of dating and the people that you are attracted to. Are these people a good time, a nice time for a short time? Or is it someone that can actually really, you know, you see potential long term? I feel like the whole pros and cons, it's not about necessarily making a checklist, but for some of you that helps. It's about, are the people that I'm interested in, are they on the same path? Do they have the same values? Do they want the same things? Are we going to even each other out, meaning complement each other? you know, they say opposites attract. So for some of you, that is the case. You know, but I would just tell you is that even if for some of you, if you've just gotten out of a relationship and you're like, you know what, no thanks, I have no interest in a partnership. This is about balancing your life out, getting yourself centered and grounded before you feel wholeheartedly that you can enter into a relationship knowing that you're going to be giving your best self. Okay? So no rush on that front, by the way. First week for July is the Death card. You know, the Death card, I know a lot of people get freaked out when they see it, but the Death card represents Scorpio energy. It's very much about renewal, transformation, transition, major milestones and endings in your life. Yes, for some of very, very small few of you, it could mean that somebody physically is transitioning into the spiritual world, and that's the natural part of life. But I really do think that, you know, kind of the energy that you're looking at is taking more of not this bird's eye view of your life anymore. You're kind of getting into the weeds, Pisces, and seeing, what do I need to actually remove out of my life to make room for the new? And I feel like a lot of you have done a lot of deep soul searching work in the last couple months especially, and you're starting to become an entirely different person. It's like the butterfly, you know, emerging from the cocoon. You've really kind of taken this, you know, quiet, introverted stance, and now you're emerging really beautifully, but you've done so much hard work. Maybe people are kind of starting to say, oh my gosh, I haven't heard from you, I haven't seen you, you know, has everything been okay? And everything's probably been just fine. You've just been working on self. And with the Death card, it really indicates that you are taking this brand new step and almost emerging as an entirely new person energetically. So good for you, Pisces. Awesome, awesome. You know, Pisces are the oldest zodiac sign, and they tend to carry the most karmic weight. So Pisces, and I have Pisces in my moon, so there are times when there's definitely a lot of deep-rooted work, that sometimes there's things that, you know, childhood trauma or things deep-rooted in the subconscious that you really start to think about and figure and you know, and cry and release and understand that a lot of that may not have been your fault, and you kind of are just understanding that you need to, you know, forgive yourself and not be so hard, and then start to move forward, okay? Second week, you got King of Swords. This is, you know, King of Swords is such a strong leadership and energy, and it's very much about taking the stance of no nonsense. You know, I know what I want to do. I know what my next steps are. This is also about being highly, mum's the word, meaning very quiet, you know, not probably, I don't want to say secretive, but you're just not sharing your epiphanies, your, you know, transformations, your, you know, your next steps. And there's nothing wrong with that, Pisces. You're kind of keeping everything close to the chest. You know, King of Swords is not somebody who overshares. If you ask him or her a question, they'll probably answer you very honestly and directly, but not add a lot more context other than that. This is also about really tapping into your intuition and let that guide you, Pisces. You're highly intuitive anyway, but the air energy on top of that is just kind of reinforcing that if it feels right, it's probably right. If it feels off, then it's probably off. This is also about, you know, drawing the line in the sand and saying, look, I'm clearing out all the white noise, and I'm really focusing on the things that I want to work on, because it's helped me evolve as a person. It's helped me grow. I feel more challenged. I feel like I see things differently, and that's okay. And I also think that this is cutting out some of the energy, like I said earlier, out. Unfortunately, not everybody's going to come with you. And the King of Swords is very much on that. I wish you well, but I understand though that my journey is mine, and not everybody's going to be coming with me. Okay. So Pisces, don't feel bad if you have to just come to those realizations that you need to move on, and sometimes maybe just by yourself for a while. Third week. Here's what I'm going to tell you, and I think this King of Swords comes in, and we talked about this a little bit about the death energy. You know, there could be some things that are still lingering that you need to kind of work through and heal. If something triggers you in this third week, we got the Five of Pentacles, which means all about change or the need to change. But the Pentacles energy in this card, it's all about, you know, loss, disappointment, feeling like you've been thrown out in the cold. And for some of you, this is a very new journey, and taking these steps kind of solo is nerve-wracking. For some of you, it's these kind of wounds that you're still trying to work through and heal. But, you know, again, it's like it's like this dark night of the soul work that you've really had to go on, and there's some deep-rooted stuff, so some things can linger. And the thing is that Pisces, you are so strong and you can reinvent yourself, and you've really made it past a ton of change, a ton of things in your life, which for many that would have broken them. For you, you've really learned how to leverage pain into power. So if some things linger, don't be so hard on yourself. That's part of the healing process, okay? And many of you, it is about the home, the family, the relationships that you should feel really stable in. Maybe some of those individuals are no longer going to be in your journey, and that's kind of throwing you off. But understand that that's okay, and don't let yourself feel, okay? Two of Swords for this 4th week. At the end of the day, Pisces, this is not the time to get stuck in your head. You are going to have to make decisions. You can't let sometimes your emotions cloud the issue at hand. You need to take the blindfold off, drop the swords, drop the weight, drop the overthinking, and just see what the situation is. You know, am I being valued? Is this relationship, you know, really the right one for me? Are the people currently in my life cheering me on, or are they bringing me down and making me do their karmic stuff? And they're always, you know, having me involved in drama. Do I feel valued? Do I feel like, you know, I'm part of this tribe that I really feel like I'm that's special to me? Whatever the case is. You know, am I at the right job? Am I heard? Am I seen? Am I valued? You know, am I living in the place that makes me happy? I think for a lot of you, you're going to have to kind of drop the act, and you're going to have to go right at and make some really hard decisions, but you have to see things for what they are, not what you hope or wish they could be. Okay, Pisces? So pretty strong energy this month for July, but you got this, okay? Don't second guess yourself. You're going to get through it just fine, like you always do, Pisces. Chin up, chest out, and move forward. So if you guys don't follow me on Instagram and TikTok, please do so. And if you're a new subscriber, please subscribe so you'll be first to know when new videos drop. And I'll see you guys soon.